Hi, this is a short yoga practice designed for when you don't have a lot of time or you don't have a lot of physical space around you. It's a bit energizing, so it's really intended for the morning, but you can practice whenever you like. Enjoy! We're going to start in child's pose. So you can bring the toes together, the knees a little bit apart. Come and sit down on the heels, and then extend the arms forward. Reach as far forward as you can while the sitting bones remain on the heels, and then release the forehead down to the floor. Take a few moments here to check in with your breath. Just find your breath in your body. Feeling the movement of the ribs as you inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, look up towards your hands. And then you're going to walk the hands over towards the right, over the right leg. Here you might need to just move your belly or even your breasts out of the way a little bit. Release the chest down over the leg, and again let the head release. It's quite likely the head will not reach the floor here as you're keeping your sitting bones still on the heel. It can be nice to walk the right hand a little further forward so that you feel a more even stretch on both sides of the body. And again, on an inhale, walk the hands back to the center, extend the chest forward, and then go over the left leg. If you need to move belly or breasts out of the way, do that, and then release the forehead in the direction of the floor. Press backwards from the hands so that the sitting bones stay on the heels. And on this side again, maybe you need to walk the left hand a little bit further forward so you get an even extension on the sides of the body. On your next inhale, walk the hands forward, look forward. I do it on fingertips. I like the stretch that gives me, but you can have your hands flat as well. And then walk the hands back towards the legs and come and sit in a cross-legged position. Check that you've got a bit of space behind you, so I'm going to move forward. Reaching the hands forward and up on an inhale. As you exhale, you can turn to your right side, but keep the arms at a T, like the shape of the letter T. You can look towards your right thumb. Inhale, lifting the arms up, and exhale over to the left side. Inhale, lift the arms through the center. Exhale, bring the hands down by your hips and then change the crossing of the leg. On an inhale again, lift the arms up. As you exhale, turn to the right side. You can stay with the arms like this, or if you prefer, you can bring the left hand to the right knee, bring the right hand down, and come to a bit of a deeper twist. On the next inhale, lift the arms up, come to the center, or face straight ahead. And as you exhale, turn to the left side. Pick your option. If you want to stay with the hands raised, or bring the hands to the floor and to the knee. Still breathing while you're in the pose. In the twist, on an inhale, lengthen in the spine. And as you exhale, maybe you have more space in the abdomen to twist. On the next inhale, Lift the arms in the center. And then exhale. Bring the hands down. Come to a hands and knees position. Again, checking you have space behind you. Stretch the right leg all the way back. I need to move forward a bit. So knees under hips, hands under shoulders, and then stretch the right leg back. Really lengthening the heel away from you. You can look forward, feeling the back of the leg, stretching the back of the knee open. Bring the knee back to the floor and extend the left leg. Looking forward, really reaching the heel away from you. And making sure your hips don't fall down to the left, but keep the hips level. I'll do one more time, bringing the left knee down. Stretch the right leg. It's like the back of the knee is open. And then bring the right knee down. Last side on the left. Stretch the left leg. Reach the left heel away. And then bring the left knee down. Keeping the hands firmly on the floor, you can tuck the toes and start to lift yourself to Adho Mukha Svanasana, to downward facing dog. Let's start with bent knees. So with the knees bent, you can really focus on pressing the hands into the floor to lift your hips up and back. And then you can extend the legs, reach the heels down to the floor. Do it one more time. You can bend the knees, really lengthen the back, press the hands, lift the hips, and then try and straighten the legs. Reach the heels towards the floor. And then from here, you can lower the knees back to the ground and come one more time to child's pose, bringing the toes together and the knees apart. Release your head. Come back to your breath. Feel again the gentle moving of the ribs as you breathe. Lift yourself up to hands and knees on an inhale. Tuck the toes and come back to downward facing dog. Just go directly to the straight legs this time. Pressing the hips up and back. Then you can bend the knees and look forward to your hands, and then as you exhale, walk the feet forward. You can have the feet quite wide, even as wide as the mat if you like. And then you can hold onto your elbows, release the head and neck, and fold forward in Uttanasana. Keep the feet active, the legs active. The feet are really grounding into the floor. You can change if you're crisscrossing the arms, holding onto the elbows, you can do the other crossing. And then you can bring the hands onto the hips and really root down through the feet, lifting the chest forward, elbows back, and then come all the way to standing. Come to stand in mountain pose in Tadasana. You can stay with the feet hips width distance apart. Reach the fingertips down. Lift the crown of the head. And then from here, bring the hands to the side and reach up. From here, on an exhale, bring the palms together in front of the chest. Press the hands into each other. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then turn, if you're not already facing the long side of your mat. Turn towards the long side of your mat and step the right foot forward, step the left foot back, the left leg, the back leg. The legs, feet should be turned out, like a 45-degree angle. Bring the hands to the hips. Roll the shoulders back and down again, level the hips, and from here you're going to bend the front knee. So you're in the leg posture of warrior one. Keep the back leg really strong, really active, and you're pressing back with the back thigh. Interlace the hands behind your back and reach the arms away from you. If it's okay for your neck, here you can look up. And then straighten the front leg, release the arms. You can step yourself to the front of the mat or to the back, your choice. And step your right leg back. Okay, I'll do that again. Step your right leg back. Again, the toes on the right foot, they go out to a more or less 45-degree angle. You want to be able to have your hips facing forward. It is a little easier if the feet are hips width distance apart. So if they're not on the midline of the mat, but your left foot is to the left, the right foot is to the right, so you still have space. Hands on the hips. Again, roll the shoulders back and down, elbows towards each other, and you can bend the left knee. From here, again, interlace the hands behind the back, reach the arms away from the body, and you can look up if it's possible for your neck. Keeping the attention in the legs as well. The back thigh is pressing back. And you can straighten the front leg, release the arms, and step your feet a little bit closer together. From here, we're going to go directly to down dog, so just come back to the floor. Hands, again, pressing, so that your hips go up and back. Heels release to the floor. And then from here, you can lower the knees down, cross the legs behind you, come to sit, and we'll do a small bridge here. So come to lie on your back. Have the feet hips width distance apart. And just first feel your body on the floor, feel the shoulder blades on the floor, in the back of the head. You can hold the sides of the mat and just roll your shoulders under a little bit. Then on your next exhale, press evenly through the feet and lift your hips up. Just keep holding onto the mat here to help you roll the shoulders under. You don't need to go to your maximum. Keep the feet pressing evenly. And then gently release back down to the floor, going one vertebra at a time, or just going from the top of the spine all the way to the bottom. Take a breath. Take 2 breaths. And prepare for the next one. On your next exhale, press through the feet and lift the hips. You can keep the hands holding the side of the mat, or you can interlace the fingers underneath you. Maybe that always helps me to get a bit more lift. So maybe you can roll the shoulders under more. And then you release the hands. And again, gently roll back down from the upper back to the middle back, all the way down to the sacrum. And we'll do it one last time. Again, pressing the hands in the floor, holding the mat, lift your hips, and your choice. If you want to stay holding the mat, or you want to interlace the fingers, whatever you prefer. Maybe you can go a little higher this time, maybe not. Making sure the knees are still pointing in the same direction, they haven't gone out to the side. And release the hands if they're interlaced.
and come back to the floor. You can bring the arms out to the side in a T shape. Pull the knees into the chest, and then let the knees come over to the right side. You can look over your left shoulder, or you can look up at the ceiling. Bring the knees into the chest again. And go to the other side. Let the knees come over to the left side. You can look over your right shoulder. Pull the knees into the center, into your chest. You can hug the knees into your body. Have a wee roll on the floor for your back if it feels nice. And then we have a very small Shavasana. I don't have space to stretch out my full body here, so if you have space, in your space, you can do a regular Shavasana, but if you, like me, don't have enough space, bring the soles of the feet together and come and lie down, and we'll do Supta Baddha Konasana. So whether you're in regular Shavasana or in Supta Baddha Konasana, just let the arms come down beside you. Let the arms rest on the floor. You can let the eyes gently close and come back to your breath for the next few moments. Soften your face, release the muscles around your jaw and any tension in your forehead. And you can start to wake your body up again. Move fingers, move toes. Do whatever you want. If you want to stretch. If you're in Baddha Konasana, bring help the knees together. And if you're in regular Shavasana, bring the feet to the floor. Roll to your right side. And with your left hand, press down, help yourself to a seated position.
Thank you for your practice.